So we were gonna look at the PWCC prices because we didn't do that last week. But then Connor said, why don't we just look at the prices in general of the sets, because PWCC is one snapshot, right? It doesn't really give you context.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Where should we go? Where do you want to go, guys?
Click that set button.
It's analytics, isn't it?
Oh, it's analytics.
And then
You can see like
price.
price over time. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Let's have a look at base, man. Base first edition.
Base.
It's the one that everyone cares about. It's the big money moves. It's the big baller boy. Like
Big baller boy.
This website does take a while.
It's the big baller boy.
It does, unfortunately.
It's got to gather all that data.
It's mad how it scrapes eBay for all that data immediately, like now.
Can you imagine? eBay would be like, nah, not happening.
Yeah, consider, surely it just load once. Okay, this is base set. Wow, it's gone up last month.
Who would have thought that was going to happen?
I feel like this is hard. This here we do really need at this point. I think we need a untick Charizard button.
Yeah.
I do honestly believe that, because look here, look at the 9 value. The 9's
Because
dropped.
Charizard 9 sell privately, right? Not on eBay.
Yeah, that's pretty true. But then this, what explains this? So in the month that PSA 9s went down, PSA 10 went up. Surely that is just Charizard. I mean, from 310, surely that's literally like...
Yeah, that was the
The big
Charizard title.
three, yeah.
But you've got to remember, the reason why PSA 10 values are so much bigger than PSA 9s is because PSA 10 populations are real populations. No one's cracking a PSA 10, and the PSA, and everyone's just chasing PSA 10s, and they're the biggest and best grade. So that's the reason why they're so much more expensive. Do I think it's crazy that we're paying that much more for probably not much more quad quality? Maybe, but the grade tells us it is better.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
we
that. But don't you think it's like it's not necessarily that it's more than it. It's the fact that this is going down
6 times,
whereas that's going up.
Yeah,
You know, that's the interesting part.
yeah.
So our 9's losing there. I mean, let's look at base at Shadowless.
That's a big set for you, right?
Yeah, I've always liked Shadowless more. I mean, me and Thomas speak about this a lot, many times as well. I feel like first edition it's not overrated because it is the holy grail. So it does deserve its position. But for me, like the stamp alone doesn't do enough for me to make me want it more than the Shadowless. The Shadowless design I like more than Unlimited because of no shadow, thinner fonts, softer colors. That's why I enjoy it more. The stamp doesn't do much to me, and that's why I think like I never really got into trophy cards as much because I've always been interested in set cards because that's what I collected as a kid. I want those in top grades. I don't really care about like rare cards. I just care about cool cards. Whereas Shadowless is the coolest set to me. Like, and I know it's not it's not the best strategy if you're looking to grow your monetary collection, but personally, I just prefer it.
Well, the best looking card for me from base is Mewtwo Shadowless.
Yeah,
solid.
It's a smash, is it? It looks so good. Or Venusaur Shadowless. I really like the way the
Venusaur's underrated. Yeah,
lack of border.
I think even if Shadowless was cheaper than Unlimited, I still would say the same thing. I'd say that's a cleaner set. I'd prefer to own that set.
I'll be honest, that's why I like his Jungle No symbols. I don't really like having the set symbol there. I when they moved the set symbol to the bottom, game changer. Like set symbol there is ugly to me.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
No symbol jungles are so nice. They really are. I guess we're seeing a similar thing here, right? Like we're seeing a massive jump in 10, and the 9s are kind of
I wonder what
dipping.
that is.
But this dip is still higher than
But that was last year. So you have to remember, after that Logan Paul video, a lot of people would have bought 9s, and then they would have been like, well, what do I need them for? So PSA 10s are still the authority on the hobby, unfortunately. Like, it's the reason why most people only collect 10s. Like, there's not many people who collect 9s, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. I think
we should. You know, I honestly do think people out there just don't be worried about not getting 9s because you do complete the set, and we know as well the 9 condition it can be very minuscule. I feel like 9's probably is the biggest it's the biggest grade, right? Because it can be perfect and have one little nick and be a 9, or it can have like a print line and a nick and still get the 9.
Fresh out of a pack, most cards are probably closer to a 9 than they are a 10.
Yeah,
especially with print ones recently.
It.
And do you know what? If a card is packed fresh, like if you look at the way PSA grades are like named, gem mint, near mint, like near mint to mint. That's a pretty mint card. Like it's near mint to mint. It's somewhere between near mint and mint.
bigger jump from 8 to 9
than there is 9 to 10.
Than there is 9 to 10. The 9 to 10 has got yeah.
But like, if I was given a card out of a pack, so say grading isn't a thing, and someone goes, "Oh, here's the card that you wanted," and it's mint, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's just, I don't know, it's just not the way people behave.
No,
it's like, people
not,
always want the best.
As soon as it's
I agree. I do.
And there's another step. Fully agree. But it's just so weird, isn't it? Because if I go, this is a mint card, you go, oh, thanks.
Yeah, but I want the 10.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But if grading wasn't a thing, that isn't a thing. Like, you don't go, I want a perfect card.
That's where the added value is, though, isn't it? Unfortunately.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But I think getting 10, like not in modern right now, but getting, this might not sound like it makes sense, but it does. Getting a 10 3-4 years ago is a lot easier than it is to do now. And I'm not speaking about new modern cards. I'm speaking about literally WotC stuff. Like, getting a 10 in WotC was so much easier back then than it is now, and that is because, like I say, everyone knows what they're doing now. So everyone can pre-grade better. Everyone can spot what they're looking at better. So I feel like
it doesn't feel like everyone can pre-grade better.
Yeah. So you Connor, it's much easier for you to get the 10s back then, whereas now it's difficult and expensive. So I think a lot of the people out there watching this just get the 9s. The cards are good enough to collect. Like, don't let the 10 scare you. You know, how often do you really look at your PSA slab, right, and be like, this is a nice card? You don't really do that. Once you've got the grade, you accept the grade, right? I've got a Lugia 9. I don't go. I don't look at a 9 and think, I wish you were a 10. I actually don't care, because it looks fine to me. It looks perfect to me.
I think if you're purely trying to get a card for your collection, and say for me the Pikachu Gold Star, and I can only afford a 6. Don't not buy the card because it's a 6. If you want it, and that's the best you can get, and and you really do want it, just buy it.
Yeah, I agree.
My personal opinion. Like, if you could say, if the Grand on Gold Star now was 100 grand and a 10, but 500 quid and a 9, would you buy the 9?
Yeah. You buy the card, not the grade, right? So. Sure, but
no, I get it. But what I'm saying is, if you knew the Grand Gold Star 10, if you knew the 10 was unattainable, full stop.
Yeah, but that's a different question.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whereas basic first edition 10s are unattainable.
They are unattainable for well, they are. They're unattainable to us, so they're unattainable for most people.
But if you could get, say if you remember opening first edition as a US kid, like back in 99, and you could get the 8s, why not?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult question that you have to ask yourself as a collector. What am I valuing here? Am I valuing the card that's in there and the company saying it's an 8 or a 9? The issue is when a company puts their stamp on it and gives it the highest grade, that's going to be what gets the biggest premium. Because I'm trading a near mint card with you, that's the same thing. Whereas if I'm getting a PSA 8, then it almost it's a very odd, it's a psychological thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you get a raw card and I sell it to you and you'll go, oh, that could be a 10 though. So therefore it potentially could be worth more as a raw card than a 9 to that person.
Yeah.
It's a very weird psychological thing how it works.
But if you couldn't buy it like that, just collect what you want to collect for the most part.
Yeah.
If you want to collect for 10s and investment, do that. If you want to collect for a specific card, get that specific card.
There's a lot of bargains to be had in 8s and 9s. And realistically, a 9 is not that much different to a 10. So if you are just trying to collect the cards, if I was going back to WotC now, I would just be collecting 9s. Because, 10s are unobtainable. So, that's the way that you've got to do it.
If it really stresses you out as well that you can see a 9, but you really want this card in the slab, just get a stand or something that only shows the bottom half of the card. Just have it in the slab. Just have it as your display piece if it really stresses you out like that.
Anyway, right, what's going on with Base Set Unlimited?
I think this is if we see Shadowless in first edition kind of go up here and then kind of stay, on this level, but as you can see, base has dropped significantly in a 10. Yeah, well, this is unlimited, right? So what happened is Logan Paul comes in, hypes up the first editions. Shadowless is always going to stay because it's rare. Shadowless is probably potentially rarer than first edition. It doesn't seem like it is to people in the UK, but that's just because Shadowless did exist in the UK, whereas first edition didn't at all. But I think if you look at the pop report as well, I think there's more 10s of the first edition than there's Shadowless sorry, there's more Charizard first edition 10s than there are Shadowless 10s. That might just because people didn't know they were searching for that, but I think it's a rare set. But anyway, Unlimited everywhere, right? It was everywhere. 8 print runs or whatever, as in like specific print runs, massive. So what happens is when people can't get first edition, they go to Shadowless. If they can't get Shadowless, because they can't get really either, you go to Unlimited or you go to Evolutions. And both of those sets we've seen go whoop and then seen come down a little bit. I think Evolutions hasn't really come down yet, but I think it's gonna
look when that happened. That happened the month that Logan did his video, right? The October spike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little bit cynical here. I think this is due to people's lack of research. I think people thought they would get in an amazing price, thinking, "Oh my god, this is the first edition. This is the first print of Pokemon."
Well, whenever any hype happens, even in a stock market rally, loads of people then jump on
without learning it.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, well, it's going up, so therefore I'm going to get on it. And unfortunately, that's what's happened there with the base set Unlimited. I do feel sorry for people who bought in at that point. I don't think they just bought it on they didn't do the research. So they were uneducated into what they were buying. That's
Congrats
just as sad
to the
as
people
it is.
that were selling then, though.
Yeah,
if you knew
that was the time to sell. Really, if you're looking at it purely from an investment, purely from a flipping aspect, that was the time. But if you look at this though, this is COVID, right? Look, this is April. this is where it started happening, and look what happened, right? And this graph is a good example of it. It's naturally going up. I wish I could put my mouse up without it actually, clicking it. But look, it's just going up.
If you click it and scroll, I think.
Okay, there we go. You see it going up, right? Then Logan Paul happens, and it comes back down again. But imagine if this month didn't happen, it would have gone up completely naturally, wouldn't it? Like I think that this point here, what we're looking at is healthy. I think this one is
well, it's the highest it's ever been besides October, besides like the one anomaly month.
This is true. Yeah. Let's just look at first edition again.
I think it's the same though, right?
Yeah, I think maybe just a bit more of a spike up. And to be fair, those who can afford first edition, it's still a better choice, right? Because you don't have to do your research as much in first edition because it is rare. That's the difference, right? Like if you would do your research,
that's a big number 1 on it.
yeah. If you do the research, you'd find wow, that's a really rare set. If you didn't do your research and just bought it, it is a really rare set, so it's like a win-win if you can afford it. Obviously, it's only a win-win for those who've got that much money. So but it still started going up low. Still started going up, but I think Logan Paul did push that one up massively. I think Logan Paul, Gary Vee, they reached the 1%, right? I think that's who they reached and resonated with. Whereas Unlimited, you have a lot of people who don't do the research and think that Unlimited is just first edition without the stamp. Well, it is visually, but it's not in terms of production, in terms of levels of supply. It's different in every single way. It just looks similar. I think that's why a lot of people got caught out and didn't do their research. But like I said, with first edition, you don't have to do research because if you can afford it, it's a good thing to buy because it's out of reach and it is rare at the end of the day.